And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And on the whole, we can learn things to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
I can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
After Tuesday, we saw TNA cross the line. We come back to where the impact came from as the JMN Multiverse of Media continues to bring you coverage of all things wrestling. Welcome to this very special live watch-along event for TNA Impact. Let's freaking go. We're on the road to Slammiversary. Hello, folks, and welcome once again to JMN Multiverse of Media. You know what this is? I'm the Madison Brand, the voice of JMN for great professional wrestling. Damn it, my name is Noah Foster, but I will not be alone, believe it or not. And I am not Don Westermeyer today, but I always have a color analyst at my side. And today it is the renegade of wrestling, JJ Williams. JJ, this is extremely special. This week continues to be the utter madness of why I love this business so damn much. For the first time ever, we're covering a normal, keyword, normal edition, about as normal as we're going to get from the name anyway, of TNA Impact, total nonstop action wrestling, where we know a couple of things. We're on the road to Slammiversary, and we also know that NXT has once again crossed the line as we have Charlie Dempsey versus Zachary Wentz, and that may not be the only circumstance. Before I let JD give his thoughts, again, folks, we know it's pre-recorded, but I live hashtag spoiler-free. And for those of us that do watch TNA Impact weekly, we encourage you to remain hashtag spoiler-free in the chat. Stay on top of it. If you want to dictate the conversation, don't need to dictate. Tazzy Studios, Jimmy Generic, Red Cherry Brand, Super Chat. It's truly as simple as that. We'll be going live with our coverage of the actual show, TNA Impact. Want to follow along with us as Ultimate Insiders on YouTube, where you get 90-minute commercial-free stream on YouTube for literally $1 a month, and you get TNA Impact every week. That being said, we got 30 minutes to dive in. JJ, how you feeling?
Wow. Like, I don't even know where to begin here with everything you just said. You know, first of all, you introduced me as your color analyst for this quote-unquote normal presentation of TNA, but how normal is it really with this NXT universe that we've got going on? Like, literally, this is almost as if the Avengers and the Justice League were doing shows together, seriously, because you've got these different brands coming together under one roof. And to see Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel over on my NXT, to see Charlie Dempsey last week on Impact run out and attack the Rascals and Trey Miguel, like, what is this world that we live in? But we are not alone. We actually have a third person that's going to join the booth.
Oh, really?
Making his commentary debut. Big G's in the house.
Wow! Hello, Big G. How are you?
Hello, folks. How is everybody?
Extremely excited.
You're doing well, man. Big G apparently wanted to get a little bit of practice in ahead of the bash in Berlin that he will be joining us for. I made sure Boss Man approved everything, put his seal of approval on this. So we've got a 3-man booth for Impact. You know, we all didn't get the opportunity to meet before going live. So Boss Man just wants me to reiterate, let's make sure we're mindful. We don't step on anybody as they try to do commentary. Noah is the lead analyst. Me and you are just color guys, G.
Okay.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait.
It's definitely going to be interesting to try to find the 3-man flow here with somebody new on commentary. We've done it with James. We've done it with Walter. This is a whole new circumstance, but that just kind of leads more credence to what I was just saying. What kind of world are we living in? We've got Big G, who, much like you, was one of AEW's staunch supporters. And now he seems to have crossed the line to where he's more Team TNA. than Team AEW. And NXT is his NXT again.
Yeah, yeah.
It
We've all come a
still
long
may
way.
not be yours, and I get that. You're gonna bleed black and gold until the day you die.
Oh,
But
I
the
will.
that
But
it
yeah,
was able to get G back, like that just speaks volumes about what we're about to witness here in 25 minutes.
yeah.
And we're going
Yeah.
to kick off with an open challenge from Jordan Grace. Anybody, any company, who knows who's going to show up?
And again, so that being said, first off, BG, welcome for the first time to the virtual commentary booth. I definitely look forward to this not being a one-up, and I look forward to picking your brain, getting your insights and your colorful takes on TNA as I'll set you up, and I'm sure
Absolutely.
you'll find your moments to bring yourself into it. So that
Yep.
being said, before we get to the show, let's get right into the preview. Again, to your point, the biggest highlight tonight is going to be the TNA Knockouts World Champion, Jordan Grace. The Juggernaut, who's been unstoppable since winning at the birth of TNA, Hard to Kill, winning the title back from Trinity, overcoming Trinity in a rematch, and also so far has a list that includes Deshelle Shaw, Zaya Brookside, Tasha Steeles, not to mention the biggest surprise of the year, NXT's Tatum Paxley back it against all odds. It does make me wonder if she called out anybody, and I've seen this person take on anybody with the fact she recently went over to Tokyo, Japan, previously faced Miya Yamashita, who will be part of a blood sport, taking on your girl, Big G, Shayna Baszler. You got to consider the circumstances here ahead of facing Ash by Elegance at Slammiversary. Who could confront the Juggernaut and from where? Big G, I'm going to throw it to you first since it's your first time. Give me your thoughts into who you think would dare cross the line to TNA to take on the Juggernaut. What sort of example are you expecting that company player to Megan? Do you have any possible ideas who you might want to see take on Jordan Grace for the most prestigious title in women's wrestling?
I mean, honestly, we've seen this whole NXT thing going on, so possibly somebody from NXT we could see show up and face Grace again. We could see somebody from maybe MLW, from New Japan. I don't want to say New Japan or AEW because they're not really working together right now, but somebody from the indies that has wrestled in Philly, since they're in Philly right now. So I could see an independent wrestler showing up, making their debut on TNA, which, isn't really that bad. If you're debuting in Philly on TNA, they'll have some momentum, but I feel like Jordan Grace is going to retain here since she's going to face Ash by Elegance. As JJ says, dimeless Tony Storm.
Dimeless Dana Brooke.
Sorry. Yeah. Dimeless Dana Brooke at Slammiversary. So yeah, the past couple times, Jordan Grace really, I don't want to say mesmerized me, but really caught my attention when I watched NXT Battleground. That was really the first time I had seen her in action, and then ever since then I've been watching TNA, and I did watch Against All Odds as well, and she's up there. I still have to get to know her work a lot better, but from what you say, Noah, all the time about Jordan Grace, I'm sure she can meet my expectations.
In the land of extreme, I'm sure she's going to go above your expectations, to say the least, as well, if someone pushes her to that point. And again, JJ, we talk about it again. NXTNA truly has become a phenomenon. I mean, Wrestling Comments, of course, made a merch logo that Jeff Meacham has also created for our watch along of NXT next week. Yes, folks, again, another crazy thing. Normal NXT watch along event next week, Tuesday night. Stay tuned for more on that. But I do wonder, again, this close to Slammiversary. Slammiversary is literally next weekend. Who would dare come to the land of extreme and cross line and confront the Juggernaut this close towards that pay-per-view match where, at the end of the day, I still think the biggest match for TNA for the Knockouts division is keeping it within based on what they're trying to push, although I do wish somebody certainly showed some heart and showed up. But we're not in Canada, as we just covered the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals. But what's your expectation on this? Do you think it's going to be NXT once again, or could you see it maybe being from somewhere else?
Well, I gotta say, despite the fact that it's mainly been NX TNA crossover, I'm surprised Big G didn't go for Shayna Baszler to go up against Jordynne Grace.
I don't think he wants to see her broken.
I mean, that would just be epic. The Queen of Spades versus the Juggernaut. Let's fucking go.
I'm for it.
If Shayna was down in NXT, then yes.
But to your point, Noah, it's very possible we could get a Natalia appearance here. No, they're not in Canada. But who's to say that she can't show up, shock the world by dethroning Jordynne?
Oh, dear God.
And then you end up with a triple threat at Slammiversary because Ash has already staked her claim as the #1 contender, and Jordynne would be deserving of a rematch.
Absolutely. I mean,
so then you would have a triple threat in Montreal, which is a Canadian city that has not been too kind to the Hart family.
As we've talked about here and illustrated on JMN Multiverse of Media, especially that's also illustrated.
And then, you open the door for other NXT crossovers. I still would love to see Roxanne Perez cross the line and try to challenge for the Knockouts title. She already defeated Jordynne at Battleground when her title was on the line, so she knows that she can defeat the Juggernaut. Why not try to make herself Roxy 2 belts? And if this wasn't already a pre-taped episode of iMPACT, it would be a great way for Stephanie Vaquer to make her NXT debut, considering everything that's gone down and transpired the last couple days.
Yeah, that's fair. And of course, Jordynne Grace, she knows how to beat Lucha Libre. She beat our local Taya Valkyrie for one of her previous Knockouts World Championship. I think that actually was her inaugural one because Taya Valkyrie, our local, held the record. So I think, though, again, it's probably NXT. If I was going to throw out names for who I've seen in your environment, again, she's the face, gotta be a heel. We've already had Tatum Paxley. I'm just trying to figure out now the heel dynamics in your NXT. Jada Parker in the Land of Extreme, girl goes straight from the streets to the Impact Zone. Sounds like a hell of a match to me. So she's definitely one that's been on my radar as of late after her win over Meacham. I also look at the newly turned Fallon Henry, who's aligned herself apparently with Jessie Jane and Jasmine Nix. And I do think I definitely be into that wild cowgirl showing up and going hardcore against the Juggernaut.
Saddle up.
Yeah, right. We're not even in a saddle anymore. By the way, what a phenomenal episode of Dynamite last night. This business has been on fire as of late this whole week across the board. And then I also think about, again, outside, though, NXT, Big G, good call with MLW because, of course, they had that featherweight division. I wonder if Selena, the manager there, would have somebody come over here and try to pursue this title. Maybe Janai Kai, who's with Contra. Janai Kai, no stranger also to Bloodsport as well. And then, again, I talk about her being over in Tokyo. Could somebody from Sendai Girls or TJPW show up? Could she face like you, who is a juggernaut her own right, Mrs. Godzilla? So if you look at her work with her excursions in Sendai and through Stardom. So I'm very curious to see who they're going to have step up, or should I say who's going to step up towards the Juggernaut tonight ahead of Jordynne Grace, the obliterating Ash by Elegance at Slammiversary. But I'm just saying.
Well, something else to think about, and this crossed my mind after, you spoke for a little bit. Jordynne Grace is going to be coming to Prestige Wrestling next, or in a couple of months in September. Could we possibly get somebody who's dabbled in and around Prestige Wrestling, which of course we'll be calling Combat Clash tomorrow here across the Multiverse of Media, as they provide that for free on their YouTube?
I mean, I would have wrote out. Go ahead, G. What'd you say?
No, I said nice that they're showing it on YouTube for free tomorrow.
Well, I mean, again, with so much wrestling and the expansion of the business, you got to have some sort of public exposure so people know what you're about. And this new partnership, you saw Prestige Wrestling, of course, works with our promotions as well. That's a good point. I mean, I was saying it if she did in Chicago with her open challenge, I was thinking Kylie Ray was going to show up straight out of the Chicago area. So I wouldn't rule Kylie Ray out. Plus, Kylie Ray was involved in TNA Impact for a short stint against the Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo before her collapsed, and I'm glad that she's gotten herself together. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Please take care of yourself, dadgummit. And of course, I'm still holding out the return of Killer Kelly because I want to see the Killer versus the Juggernaut one-on-one after the Killer proves he faced the Virtuoso one-on-one. With the Militia now being the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion, sounds like Master Slammiversary has a whole different direction right now that involves coexisting with the system. Yes, BG.
Is Killer Kelly still on TNA or did she leave?
She's still with the TNA roster. She's just been working on a horror film project as of late. But she will be back soon. I just wonder if it'll be tonight because I miss MK Ultra. That was my Knockouts tag team. Damn it.
Okay.
Damn it. I hope to see them in Victory Road because I'm going to try my damnedest to get to Cleveland.
I haven't seen Killer Kelly since NXT UK, I want to say. So it's been a hot
okay. Yeah, her and Masha came together bound by circumstance after a bloody dog car match last year against all odds and became two-time knockout World Tag Team Champions before losing them this year to Spitfire, two other women you might see tonight, Danny Luna and Jody Frett, who, I guess you haven't followed TNA, it is official. They're getting their rematch against Militia. It's Jody Frett and Danny Luna Spitfire versus the Militia. Alicia Edwards and Marsha Slammers for the TNA Knockouts World Championships next weekend at Slammiversary. We'll see if Lars Fredrickson got them ready.
Well, we talked a little bit about who could potentially cross the line to challenge Jordan Grace. Let's go ahead and get in depth about the man who did cross the line.
Oh, boy.
To start this rivalry off. And I gotta say, when we saw the Rascals show up this past Tuesday, I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't interact with the No Quarter Catch crew at all. They're going to be dealing with the Gallus boys to see who truly is on top.
I've got thoughts about that match, but to your point, first off, let me just go ahead and say this real quick. The NXT logo is on a TNA graphic. Just saying.
I mean, wouldn't it have made more sense to do a 6-man with the Rascals versus the No Quarter Catch crew as fallout of this match coming up on Tuesday and kind of keep that storyline going?
Honestly,
and then they could have ventured into this thing with the Gallus boys?
Honestly, though, I think the Gallus makes more sense because it was Wes Lee who first, of course, been dealing with Gallus, and Joe Coffey and Gallus cost him, of course, at Battleground, and the Rascals are saying, you need some friends, while the Rascals been dealing with Mike Santana and Steve Macklin. Now that business is behind them, and they lost, and they're trying to bounce back towards TNA Tag Team Championship contention. Here comes out of nowhere Charlie Dempsey to screw them, and that's so far the only person they've dealt with. So now they know where Charlie Dempsey came from, and you heard what Zachary Wentz politically said about this is our home. You're not going to make a name here in TNA off our expense either. TNA once again crossland NXT, and they're bringing back the treehouse in full. So I would not be surprised to see Wesley show up tonight, building into that match with Gallus, and then you escalate that to 6-man tag. Wesley, Zachary Wentz, and Trey Miguel taking on No Quarter Catch crew at Slammiversary. But for now, here we have the son of Lord William Regal making his TNA Impact debut against former NXT, also might I add, and TNA Tag Team Champion Zachary Wentz.
Former Nash Carter.
And you got to consider, I don't think that Charlie Dempsey is going to be here tonight alone. I'm just saying.
No. And, you know, we know that Damon Kemp's contract has expired. Was this filmed beforehand? Could this be his final appearance as an active member of the NXT roster?
And does he still coexist with No Quarter Catch crew, or does he drop them where he's standing, go into business for himself, and make his own first impact? Big G, what do you think about this? What do you think this leads to maybe ahead of Tuesday? Do we get momentum for the treehouse, or do they have a whole different enemy to deal with now? Enemies on both sides of the line.
Yeah. I mean, this should be a good match. As far as like, because we know TNA has been, they taped the last 3 last week, this weekend, next week's in Philly. So like NXT has to kind of work with them to make their storylines work while TNA makes their storylines work with NXT.
Exactly.
So, you know, I I'm sure we'll see the rest of no quarter
quarter catch crew.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm still getting the names.
Yeah, no problem.
Together, but yeah, and then with this thing with Wesley and the Rascals reuniting on Tuesday with Gallus, like you said, Noah, they're gonna focus more on Gallus right now. But we could potentially see on NXT next week after the match, no quarter catch crew attacking the Rascals and continuing that feud. 'Cause
Exactly.
I don't want to see we don't know how deep this TNA NXT partnership is gonna go, but I had pointed out, I'd messaged Walter on Tuesday before the watch along that oh my God, I can't think straight. We're definitely gonna get down the road NXT versus TNA Worlds Collide PLE.
I completely agree. I
At
think
this
they're
point,
set for that.
with the Rascals showing up and with Joe Hendry, I almost say John Hendry again. Damn you, Aaron. With Joe Hendry,
John Hendry
having a full-fledged tag team match and actually getting the pinfall on Sean Spears, I feel like this partnership is going to go a long, long way. Now that we are in a free Vince McMahon world.
Yeah, and the fact that TNA, Anthem, whoever is under the same umbrella now as Endeavor TKO. This really could be something that we get for the long haul.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
this could be something we get. It's kind of like how Mountain Dew and Pepsi are under the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Dew is its own entity. Pepsi's its own identity, but they're under the same distribution and marketing.
Right.
And there's still all the speculation. Once Raw moves to Netflix,
yeah,
that space on TV is going to be wide open.
Yeah.
Could TNA potentially take that space on television?
Oh, that would be so helpful.
Monday Night Impact.
Well, something. I mean, even if they stay on Thursday and USA jockeys their stuff around, could they fill that gap of wrestling programming on USA that WWE used to take?
Yeah.
It's going to be a unique network challenge for them, too, because, again, there's only so many people that watch Law & Order SVU on rerun, and that's 3 hours you have to literally fill in. Even if you were to move SmackDown to Monday night, dare I say, you still have a whole nother hour to deal with. Maybe they would do SmackDown and Explosion afterwards. They expand the idea of Explosion. But, again, 2025, if this year is the year where professional wrestling became interesting, so says the final boss, 2025 is where professional wrestling becomes damn near unstoppable, beyond phenomenal across the board, as we've seen as of late, with every company, it seems, getting their stuff together and expanding on opportunities, particularly the suspension of disbelief of what could happen, when and where, with who and what, when it comes to NXT and A. So, I mean, I'm all for it, but again, it's still huge speculation. I do think, though, that we are going to see continuation in that storyline with the Rascals, Gallus, and No Quarter Catch Crew. And if it doesn't go into six-man tag Slammiversary, I can see triple threat tag team match happening on your NXT on the next PLE. I think that really might be the end game.
Or the Great American Bash coming up in August.
That I was just figuring about, too, as well. But again, folks, thank you for tuning in across all outlets. We just got a little bit about 5 minutes left. And why those are definitely the two key points that we're thinking about here, where we might see somebody cross the line again from NXT. And we know that we got somebody coming in from NXT.
I know you want to talk about this match, though, Noah, before we get started.
What?
I know you want to talk about this match because of the Slammiversary implications. If AJ Francis survives Rhino at the 2300, the OG ECW arena, He must defend his digital media title against the Perfect Creation 1 PCO.
I don't know what I want more. I don't know if I want Rhino to gore AJ Francis farther than he flops over the top rope, or PCO putting AJ in last class at Slammiversary and taking all of his gold. With the
And here's another reason why I wanted to bring this up, because we've been talking about all the NXT TNA crossover.
Right.
Now that Ashanti the Adonis is back down in NXT.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Could we get an AJ Francis Ashanti the Adonis collabo resurrecting Hit Row, much like we just brought the Rascals back together?
Well, Rich Swann needs a tag team partner if he's going to go after tag team championships. And if AJ already has the digital media title, you literally might be setting up a bootleg coalition. So, damn it, JJ. But yeah, that being said, ECW legend, Rhino, 2300 Arena. I'm expecting a door. I'm expecting a gore. But the bigger story here is PCO getting revenge after his girlfriend, if you want to call it that, Steph DeLander was chokeslammed by this giant through a table, and he brought her back to life somehow. I don't know how that works.
Very reminiscent of The Bride of Frankenstein. I watched last week where they did the highlight package, and I'm like, dude, is this freaking 1935? Am I watching the Bride of Frankenstein? Like, what the shit is this? I love PCO.
I know you do. And the fact that Perfect Creation 1 literally has a chance to once again become a champion in TNA for the first time in his TNA career, former Ring of Honor World Champion, is even more baffling. But Big G, go ahead and give your thoughts towards this based on what you've learned since watching TNA. You've seen AJ Francis. He's basically really created this whole idea of Rich Swann, roll with me, homie, and all you're going to have is money. I think Rich Swann could definitely come to AJ's aid. But we also know we're in the land of extreme. This is Mr. ECW himself, not named RVD. And I don't think PCO and Steph Leonard will be too far away. Could you see an upset?
And not really. I mean, if they're planning on doing AJ Francis versus PCO at Slammiversary, I see AJ retaining here because Rich Swann's going to interfere some way, somehow. And I'm sure Rhino might get some help from some ECW classmate, fellow wrestler.
That Crowbar shows up.
We've seen Little Guido and the Full-Blooded Italians in TNA.
Yeah. It's funny. The last time I saw PCO wrestle in person was a Ring of Honor show in 2018, 29, when he was still at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the
I want to say he was he tagging with Danhausen at the time?
Yes, he was for a short stint.
Yeah, okay, so it was during that time. I think it was like Final Battle or World's End or something from Ring of Honor. But I'm liking PCO. You know, I had to go back and look because I was like, who did he wrestle for before? And I didn't realize he wrestled for WWE back in the 80s and 90s. So that was very
Carl Ouellette, PCO.
The Quebecers.
So the Quebecers, yeah. So, but yeah, this should be a fun match with flop dollars. So
the Quebecers, who were managed by one Johnny Polo, aka Raven.
Yeah.
Of course, TNA Hall of Famer, quote the Raven, nevermore. So I do wonder who they're going to put into the TNA Hall of Fame this year after putting in Don West and Mike Tenay and Tracy Brooks last year. And of course, that happened at Bound for Glory. And I'm sure they're going to announce Bound for Glory the day for that at Slammiversary, which usually happens in October, as we are literally just about a minute away. Also tonight, of course, we have triple threat action as Speedball Mike Bailey will prove he deserves to be number one contender before taking on Mustafa Ali as he goes up against Kushida and the Octopus Jonathan Gresham. And I do wonder if Kushida has found an antidote towards this lethal black ink. And again, Speedball Mike Bailey, one of the most prolific X Division champions, not to mention one of the most prolific superstars and wrestlers in the entire wrestling business. It's one of those things where I do think here you got to tell two stories, but it's hard to bet against Speedball Mike Bailey when it comes to his drive to once become the X Division champion and end this campaign of corruption. BG, anything you want to add to this?
It should be a fun match. I mean, I'm still getting used to watching Mike Bailey. I really haven't, besides the Bloodsport match that I saw him wrestle.
Yes, Nick Nemeth.
Against Nick Nemeth. Yes, Kushida, obviously, I've seen plenty of times during the Black and Gold NXT. And Jonathan Gresham, I've seen him a couple times. I want to say I've seen him when he was still a Ring of Honor, the 2 Ring of Honor shows that I went to down in Baltimore. So I'm familiar with pretty much everybody in this match. So it should be a good match. And I do see Mike Bailey winning this to continue his feud with Mustafa Ali at Slammiversary.
I guess we'll find out soon enough on Cinema Ditting for Ali. Do you still trust? So that being said, JJ, as we got the video package here, another question that's on everybody's mind: who took out Nick Nemeth last week if it wasn't the system? And is Nick Nemeth truly the biggest threat towards Moose and the TNA World Championship? As we got the video package playing here, again, Ultimate Insider, as we, of course, preview what happened last week. And, of course, we believe. Do you believe that Joe Hendry can be world champion after the match he had that was truly something against Jake something? I had to say it because that was a hell of a match, but what a main event. But that being said,
I gotta figure you and Dattila were torn at this one because y'all were some of the first believers in Joe Hendry, but you also love some Jake something, so.
Here's what I'll just say before they actually start the actual show, and I'm sure we're all on YouTube right now. Look at this video package. We see Moose talking about JDC, who says I didn't take out Nick Nemeth. I believe in Joe Hendry before I bought into something because Joe Hendry was consistent. Something just came back last year at Slammiversary. Just saying.
Yeah, based on this guy right here, the king of TNA, laughing as the system rolled off and calling them marks. I wonder if he's the one who took out Nick Nemeth.
Probably, yeah.
Someone's filming. Hey, that's Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth was taken up by Kazarian? Uh-oh. Well, guess we didn't have like that long for that answer. Oh, jeez. The wanted man, prime target of the king of TNA, now getting his pound of flesh. What if the king without his crown? I'm just saying. Oh, jeez. But again, why would Kazarian target Nick Nemeth when he's had such bad blood? Oh, man, with Joe Hendry.
Because both men kind of like are in the match at Slammiversary.
Well, both men are in the match, and
that's what I'm saying. Both men are in the match at Slammiversary. So if he takes out arguably one of the biggest threats ahead of Slammiversary, it's simple Steiner math. He just increases his odds of winning.
Well, I'm sure both men are ready to show the world, but they have to wait at least 8 more days. Well, now that we know who assaulted Nick Nemeth, as we go to land of extreme, and we've already started with extreme circumstances, welcome everybody to this watch-along event, and welcome to TNA Impact. And we're going to the Impact Zone with Jay Chung, bringing our introductions in, kicking things off with the Juggernauts. Open challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And welcome, everybody, once again. I am Noah Foster with the ranking Jenny Williams and Big Father G, officially part of commentary. Welcome to the family. Gentlemen, are you ready to go tonight for what should be another non-stop 90 minutes of in-ring action here at TNA?
Let's fucking go. Have I mentioned purple is my favorite color?
Yes, you have. At least once or twice.
And it's not a odd type of thing. I'm not trying to disrespect. Jordan Grace doesn't really do anything for me in that department, but it looks good on her. I'm not going to lie.
And again, Big G, we know that Jordan Grace is scheduled to face Ash by Elegance for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, but she didn't want to wait. She wants to challenge and test herself tonight, defending the TNA Knockouts World Championship against anybody willing to step in. So who's going to be? Jay Chung always looking stunning.
Answering the open challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen. Answering her open challenge. Who we got?
It's Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame from NXT has answered the challenge, Noah.
What the hell? Well, this is interesting as NXT crossed the line again. And the last time we saw Izzy Dame, she was being stalked by Tatum Paxley and lost to Fia Hill this past Tuesday.
I'll get it later.
Well, Big G, the hits just keep on coming and coming from the white and gold, it seems. Izzy Dame is answering the challenge. Izzy Dame's in TNA.
What an opportunity for this young rookie.
Again, Izzy Dame has an opportunity to become an inter-promotional champion in the genesis of her wrestling career. Again, no prior wrestling experience to NXT, folks. She's a new athlete and recruit. And of course, we know this is not the only guest we have from NXT, JJ and Big G. We will have Zachary Wentz taking on Charlie Dempsey of No Quarter Catch Crew.
Belt being held up in the air.
God, that belt. Best belt in the business. Don't at me. For women's championships.
I think I'm a couple seconds ahead of you guys, but I'll
all right.
Oh, hell.
Oh, fuck me!
Freaking Wish version of Paul Rubens coming here to announce Dimeless Dana Brooke.
Oh, this guy. Why is this guy not on ice?
Can we have Luther come out here and just beat the piss out of him? Kind of like Mariah May did to Timeless Tony last night.
Oof.
Jeez.
I just want to take that microphone and just like shove it up his, you know what.
Then he'll be on a steak.
Oh, great. We're going to find her watching via satellite. Well, what a way to waste my time. As we're set for this Knockouts World Championship, as we got her watching via satellite, apparently from the Bahamas.
Dana and her Brooks, as we get back to the action here.
I mean, I don't know if you men have been to the tropical islands, but I guess there's some fences there. Condom tie up here in the early going. I look at the tail of the tape just from the two women in the ring, experience the ultimate factor here. But I also think about, again, Jordan Grace challenging the unknown Big G. And we've seen Izzy Dame as of late trying to break out on her own since Kiana James got drafted to Raw.
Right.
And of course, JJ, we saw NXT first challenge the Juggernaut after Roxanne Perez when Tatum Paxley crossed the line and took her to quite the limit against all odds.
Yep. And quite ironic that Tatum Paxley factored into Izzy Dame's match this past week, allowing my girl Chase Hughes Thea Hale to get the victory and potentially a title shot in the future at Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, you see, again, Izzy Dame with the height advantage, looking for a test of strength against the Juggernaut.
She does not want to match strength with Jordan Grace.
So we're about at the same time. So
yeah, so you're good, Big G. So again, man, you look at you talk about strength. I mean, again, as a fan of Bloodsport, I think literally Jordan Grace could knock Izzy Dame out if she wants to with that spinning back fist. But Izzy Dame, again, she's got reach advantage, and that might play to her favor. So I almost wonder if the best strategy for Izzy Dame, is it to ground the Juggernaut or is it trying to slow her down? And off the ropes, Izzy Dame catching her with a boot to the midsection, now hooking her up, front face lock. And Jordan Grace drops to a knee and takes Izzy Dame over with a suplex. And apparently there's a planned main event later tonight by the director of authority, Santino Morella.
I still am waiting to see Ariana Grace and Santino do a thing.
Stop it. We saw her in a
No, I will not.
Oh,
we have
God.
an NXT TNA crossover. I want to see father and daughter. God damn it.
Ariana Grace is trying to figure out right now where her head is after coming Petrovic knocked her the heck out. Izzy dancing up and over to the floor with the clothesline. Awkward landing. I think she landed on her knee. See her grabbing her midsection. And of course, Taya Valkyrie has the record of the most defenses overall during her run. Deanna Purrazzo up there with 11 in the second spot. Oh, man! Bringing her
Grace
outside.
scanned the cat, but Izzy Dame was able to grab those thick legs of hers, drop her, and drag her back outside of the ring.
And again, we know Tyler's going to chance to be a pinfall submission inside the ring. Jordan Grace stopping collision with the ring post and sends Izzy Dame face first into the steel. Jordan Grace making sure that the concierge and Ashby Elegance are watching on what awaits them next weekend when we cover Slammiversary. And again, Big G, you talked about, again, what JJ referred to as well. We've seen this stalker storyline develop with Tina Paxton and Izzy Dame. You wonder wait a second. Oh, jeez. Well, that's not Tina Paxton. That's Rosemary.
Oh, I was wondering who that was. I was like, that looked familiar.
Rosemary's been stalking Ashby Elegance ever since that fallout with her and Jessica Havoc at Under Siege.
Chasing the concierge away. Glad Rosemary got involved here because I was going to mention, Jordan Grace taking her eyes off of Izzy Dame could end up costing her. Thankfully, Rosemary ran him off, and now we're back to one-on-one action here.
And Izzy Dame
no more distractions for the Juggernaut.
Well, again, Izzy Dame, though, still nobody underestimate after sending Jordan Grace first top rope, now up in the shoulder position. Ooh. Just driving Jordan Grace face first in the top ring post and hanging her up on the top turnbuckle. I don't know if you want to try and incite the rage of the Juggernaut. Izzy Dame skill on the ropes here. Jordan Grace trying to fight back, looking for a potential superplex. Big headbutt by Jordan Grace creates separation. Dame catching the boot. Okay, I don't think that necessarily did anything, but not the win out for temporarily. Knife edge shot to the chest, now hooking up. Jordan Grace, look at the test of strength by Izzy Dame.
Drops her.
Oh, man.
Hooks the leg.
Cover to win the title, 2 counts. Take a look at the power showcase here by Izzy Dame, Big G. Oof. Jordan Grace staying alive here. And again, what a showcase for Izzy Dame in her debut in TNA. What a chance taken by this young recruit prospect still in NXT. That body drop by Jordan Grace, though.
Noah and Big G, I've been reading a lot of people that have been saying that NXT is getting the better end of this NXT-TNA deal, getting stars like Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace coming down there, while TNA is getting, Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley coming over their way. I have to disagree.
Oh.
While on the surface, that may be the case and it may appear that way. Ooh, big takedown by Jordan Grace, clubbing blows to the back of the head. But while that may be the case on the surface, you got to figure all the people that are getting to see Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry on the USA Network that can't find access on their providers. They're getting that exposure to a huge audience.
Right.
Jordan Grace right now looking for the Juggernaut driver. What a kick, though, by Izzy Dame.
The flexibility there, able to take Jordan Grace down as she was setting up the Juggernaut driver.
And to your point, I also look at it like this. TNA has the experience, why NXT has the exposure. Let's just put this in perspective. Roxanne Perez is basically the only one right there right now with the heaviest experience, why she is the workhorse and leader of that women's division. Everybody else is trying to find their way in this business. Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry are established. They just get now to show what they're capable of on the grander stages of this business. Oh, the spinning back fist rocks Izzy Dame.
Big boot catches Jordan Grace there from Izzy.
Rasta John now still on her feet, catching Izzy Dame up in the fireman's carry, rolling through with a Death Eye driver. and puts
I
Dame
think this is
down.
going to be it, Noah.
Pump handle, juggernaut driver. It is over just like that. Chalk up another win for Jordan Grace, but another great showing from NXT's rising stars this time. Well fought is he, Dame? Ash by Elegance getting closer and closer towards realizing what she has to deal with at Slammiversary. While she's relaxing, Jordan Grace is preparing the best way possible, showcasing why she is the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Well,
and there's the DOA, Santino Marella, that son of a gun.
And the rest of the party. What the hell is Santino got up his mind now, or up his sleeves? Not wearing any sleeves. Again, commercial free here. What's your big announcement? Main event. Wildcard tag team match. Oh. Oh. Okay. Strategy!
Do you believe, Noah?
I believe. Do you believe?
I believe.
Oh, shoot. Steve Macklin.
Do you believe, G?
I believe. I don't think Booker T believes, though.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be Macklin and Moose versus Josh Alexander and Joe Hendry in our main event here this evening.
Hey, I'm all for it. That sounds like a brilliant match. Well done by Santino Marella. Moose and Macklin together?
Well, Noah, smoke if you got him.
I may be straight edge, but hey, Toledo represent. The Rascals are in the impact zone. Well, we saw one person already from NXT cross the line. And again, the Rascals crossed the line this past Tuesday, guys. Bringing back Wes Lee to the treehouse and forming a reunion. MSK was back in NXT, as you see from this footage here from this past Tuesday. Vince and Miguel surprising Wes Lee, who looked like he was on the verge of leaving NXT.
Now, did you see the whole segment, Noah?
Walter woke me up when I saw him coming in. So,
okay, because I'm wondering if Wes Lee knew they were coming, because he looked like he was getting emotional when they came out.
I don't think he
knew. I wonder if he legit knew or if he was blindsided by that.
Oh boy.
I was blindsided by that, I'll tell you that.
If we know anything from Bloodsport, Big G, you could be easily blindsided by this man, the son of Lord William Regal, Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah.
This guy knows how to tear everything apart on a human body.
This is going to be one of those traditional wrestler versus high flyer matchups, in the vein of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Zachary Wentz right now just trying to jockey for wrist control, able to force the break. And again, we don't know to say what happened when Winston Clare saw the No Quarter Catch crew put something in the trunk of a car that truly surprised her. And I do wonder if we're going to find out anything about that. Nice drop kick there by Zachary Wentz. Speed right now, his advantage in the early going.
Probably not. I still think it was Damon Kemp, and that's how they're writing him off TV.
Again, we saw Zachary Wentz literally was the first person to call out Charlie Dempsey. Oh, man.
Because you got to figure they did something similar with the Drew Gulak thing, except they had the freaking D'Angelo family do it for them.
Yeah.
Knuckle lock drag off the top rope, and Charlie Dempsey. Uh-oh. Does this look familiar? God. Tag on the left arm. Shades up Shayna Baszler.
Ooh, hard European uppercut there by Dempsey.
Well, clearly Charlie Dempsey's picked his target. The dissection, the human dissection right now playing out here on Zachary Wentz's left arm.
Trey Miguel trying to get the crowd fired up here. Dempsey just decimating his opponent.
Gut wrench, suplex, and the lateral press cover. Charlie Dempsey gets a 2 count. We talked about, though, again, the X Division, Big G. We talked about it being no limits. Imagine Charlie Dempsey being the face of the X Division and his style defining the X Division Championship. You almost got to consider Charlie Dempsey if he beats Zachary Winter. He's a threat to anybody in TNA. The shots to the body right now. Zachary Winter trying to use the good arm to force separation. Again, Dempsey bringing him down with a single shot. You see the concern on Trey Miguel's face on the outside right now. And again, attacking that left arm. Vicious stomp, point of the elbow. And now the hammerlock. We know that the Rascals' MO is always chaos. But what is the MO of Charlie Dempsey, and why did he target the Rascals? Wentz trying to show something here, though. Nice Manhattan drops. Sweep the legs out from Dempsey, following up with the PK. Dempsey catching the boot, though. Oh, my word. Interesting dragon screw. Carried over nicely, now trapping the legs, putting the point of its elbow in between the shoulder blades and the spine. And attacking again on the left arm. And right to the arm with the Fujiwara arm bar. Wentz rolls through, though. And again, going for the armor one time, now transitioning into an ankle lock or a heel hook.
You know, Noah, I know you're not a big fan of the love angle type of gimmicks, but it would be interesting if we end up finding out that one Gigi Dolan, the fiance of Zachary Wentz, is involved in Charlie Dempsey's attack on the Rascals.
Oof. Well, again, the knee strike.
Or if she ends up getting involved to help the Rascals at some point.
Well, it's one of those things, though, with G.D. Dolan's also, of course, out indefinitely due to injury. Probably not the bride's idea to confront an individual about human dissecting limbs.
No, but depending on how long this NXT TNA partnership goes on, you know, it could end up being worked into things later on down the road.
Well, again, we're still in the very genesis of what's become the most unique thing that happened in professional wrestling business in a long time. Nice rising knee strike there to the chin. Follow up PK. And Charlie Dempsey down. Oh, the running shooting star with the cover. Kick out. Huge fray of
Zach
offense.
feeling it. He cannot allow Charlie Dempsey to get his bearings back.
And I will give credit where credit's due. This has stayed one-on-one inside the ring the entire time.
There's Miles Bourne.
That's Miles Bourne. You're right.
The other member of the No Quarter Catch crew.
Dempsey wins. What the hell?
Off the distraction of Miles Bourne, Charlie Dempsey was just able to pin Zachary Wentz.
And now they're going on 2-1 assault here. Again, what statement are you trying to prove? What is this MO? What is this about?
NXT is the dominant faction.
Is it for
I
NXT?
wonder if we could end up seeing this at Slammiversary. These two teams.
Oh, God. Hammerlock, power slam combination.
Wow.
By Bourne and Dempsey. This cohesion of No Quarter Catch crew. Definitely some of the Rascals may not be ready for.
But yeah, I wonder if we could see these two teams face off at Slammiversary. Something could be added next week on Impact.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, coming up next, Triple Threat Action, X Division 1 Contenders. Let's go backstage to the system. Draped in gold. Of course, we saw last week Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards lost to Queen Rebecca. Of course, I'm talking about Rebecca Hardy and Broken Matt Hardy. Sounds like the Tag Champions wants to call the Hardys out for a tag team title match. Our tag team match. Josh Alexander and Moose do find a rivalry in TNA. Josh Alexander, the longest reigning TNA World Champion. Joe Hendry! He said his name. Last year, Joe Hendry and Moose defined a rivalry with the Digital Media Championship. And hard to kill.
I do not trust the system.
I don't trust it either. Someone told me he was not going to come alone, and I was right. Man. Wentz wasn't even doing that, though. It's faction warfare.
Yep.
Who is that?
I believe that's Tavion Heights, who won the match a couple of weeks ago to become member of the No Quarter Catch crew. Defeated Damon Kemp.
Yeah.
6-man tag next week. Those three against the Rascals, someone from their world who knows your world.
Gee, I wonder who that could be. I'm just saying.
Oh, there you go, JJ. You caught it earlier.
Yep.
Well, again, suspension of disbelief. Seeing is believing right now as we look towards that 6-man tag next week. Time for terrific action and determine who faces Mustafa Ali. Time for an X Division No. 1 contendership match. Bring us in, Jay Chung. And Time Splitter Kushida, of course, who's been trying to find the antidote to Jonathan Gresham's Black Ink, the first victim of the reborn King Nebuchadnezzar, who came back to TNA, formerly the foundation of Ring of Honor, to your point, Big G. But again, ever since Jonathan Gresham came in with this proverbial third mask, everybody that's come in contact with him has been negatively affected, to say the least.
Yeah.
And of course, Speedball Mike Billy looking to go home to his hometown of Montreal to win the X Division title. Oh boy. What a bizarre metamorphosis for the former Ring of Honor World Champion and one of the most pure athletes in the business. And of course, it was 2 weeks ago that we saw Jonathan Gresham almost try and infect Kushida again before everybody that was available stopped that from happening. And of course, Jonathan Gresham lost to Sami Zayn against all odds during the countdown because of Kushida's involvement. And the fact that Gresham believes that Kushida has a threat towards his most lethal weapon, a cure, goes to show how much Jonathan Gresham may be concerned right now with the Time Splitter. Here we go. This is the guy right here.
Yes. I have been a Speedball fan since WrestleMania season last year.
And again, Big G, you're the newest guy on the scene here, but you cannot argue when it comes to Speedball My Belly, what he brings in the ring and the integrity he holds in professional wrestling. One half of Speedball Mountain, Trent Seven, who previously challenged Mustafa Ali for the X Division Championship.
Yeah.
Of course,
Noah, I'm still kind of hung up on what Santino said backstage. Someone from their world who knows something about your world.
Yeah, someone.
Has Wes Lee been in impact?
Yeah.
He has?
Yeah, he was previously involved in Impact, part of the Treehouse. Literally, the Rascals was the original trio during the prior era of TNA Impact. I remember the Wars
Okay,
of the
but
Rebellion complex with the North and Moose.
so I mean,
I'm
I guess
towards
it
that.
could be him, but considering this was next week's episode was taped before their reformation, who else on the TNA roster has history in NXT?
Especially with those two right now. Meanwhile, Wastelock, Kano roll by Gresham, thrown off Kushida now inside Cradle, small package, 2 count. And again, the winner of this triple threat match will get a shot at Mustafa Ali for the Estrogen Championship at Slammiversary, the title that's defined TNA for the last 22 plus years. Truly the most unique division in the entire business, defined by no limits. Again, Mustafa Ali saying he's here making the X division great again, but I almost wonder, like any politician, is he only there to just make his own ego even more inflated, despite the fact we live in the all-ego age of NXT? I don't think anything good comes out of politics. Whoa! Corner moonsault by Speedball wipes out Kushida on the floor. Uh-oh.
And the octopus with a handful of Bailey's hair there.
Again, triple threat match, take advantage, neutralize an opponent, turn into a one-on-one contest. Gresham measuring Speedball. Speedball going up to the second rope. Follow-up missile drop kick. Since Gresham up and over. And again, the whole point of this, Mustafa Ali went to Santino. Running shooting star off the leg. 2 count. And Ali basically campaigned that the winner to challenge me should earn this. And of course, Speedball, being the man that he is, agreed. Bailey with the speed advantage here right now. Kushida almost face to face. Oh, wow! Enziguri and the Dragon Screw leg whip. Chain reaction by Jonathan Gresham. Good combination there. And again, Kushida, who first faced Gresham when he returned, the first victim of that black ink combination here. Knife edge shove and a single leg crab. Tearing apart that knee. Single leg Boston Crab and Kushida, though, looking for the ropes. Gresham bringing it back towards center. Speedball my Billy, nowhere to be found for the moment. Trying to find leverage to escape the submission, roll through, turn his body, or find a counter pin.
Gresham using that strength, dragging Kushida back to the center of the ring.
Well, again, we've seen Gresham's matches. He's pretty much used that single leg crab to weaken his opponent to the point that he's won it at times with that. Let's not forget the amount of matches that he and Speedball had. And speaking of which, there's Speedball lining up Gresham with those MMA kicks. And Gresham asking for it. Not giving up this crab, and finally forces the break. Made that collapse his chest cavity there a little bit, Big G. Again, it's hard to fight when you can't breathe.
Yeah. Yep.
And teeing off, scouting Gresham. Gresham with the waist lock. Trying to bring Bailey down. Back elbow strike, though. Speeding up here off the second rope. Moonsault! Takes down Bailey. Follow up Tope. Goes after Kushida. Sends him face first for the ring post. Oof. Oh, no. I really don't want to see that. Referee, again, wearing gloves and a mask, protecting himself. A crane style? Oh, God! Wax on, wax off. And for those that have seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's
Yes,
Speedball.
sir.
Speedball Mountain, of course. Trent Seven supporting his partner here. Gresham biting the finger, though, of Speedball. Picture perfect kick to the left knee. I've seen both versions, by the way, of Karate Kid, in case you're wondering.
What? No, I actually saw a movie.
When I was once a wee lad, I saw the original on Nick at 9. I saw the new one with Jackie Chan.
So who's Mr. Miyagi in this equation if Speedball is the Karate Kid?
Then it has to be Trent Seven at this point,
Trent
who's
Seven.
literally, again, former NXT UK cover tag team champion, former Rev Pro British heavyweight champion. Bailey right now finding his way to the ropes to force the break here on the figure 4 leg lock. And again, what's weird here, though, Big G, you saw the campaign. It was Mustafa Ali that challenged Speedball Mike Bailey here. You might ask if you ask freaking Mustafa Ali, it's probably like, I was just, heat of the moment. But again, what does that go to the character of the champion to back out of a challenge that he makes to try and make sure that, Speedball is no way an obstacle towards his X Division championship? Gresham trying to absorb the assault there and falls backwards. Now picking up speed, Kushida and Speedball tee it off against each other here. These kicks to the upper forearm. Hand spin by Kushida. Back elbow strike wipes out Bailey. Good back elbow. Sidestep there. Kushida. Hip toss, cartwheel, drop kick to Gresham. And Kushida right now with the fury of offense. Oh, that's a chocolate punch. And a kick to the left arm, setting him up for the hoverboard lock. Looking to apply it. Those that don't know, that's the shades of a Kimura, of course. Hammer lock in the left arm, now changing the Speedball Mike Bailey, who was looking to come and force the break. And again, Speedball and Kushida with a kick exchange here, trying to tie up that upper bicep. Bone-on-bone impact by Speedball Mike Bailey, by the way. Whoop. Oh, blocked the punch. What a kick. And Big G right now, where did Big G go?
He dipped
no
out.
problem.
He's getting kind of tired.
I
He's
know
got
it
an
is.
early day, so.
I know it is. I understand where that comes from. But Big G, again, just the subtle shades you demonstrated tonight. I look extremely forward to calling Bash the Berlin with you when you are fully awake. Please rest, Bala. And never stop working. Do the work. Again, please follow Big Bala G on all the social medias and support Parker Kane Promotions, of course, out of his area. Bailey sweeps the legs now. So again, we get back to this triple threat action here, JJ. Fast and Furious is only the X Division always represents. And Speedball.
Ooh.
Oh, God, the Revolution knees to Kushida on the apron.
We did get a super chat from Emmanuel really quickly, $2. Thank you very much. He says TNA should be bigger, just needs more viewers, in my opinion.
Well, it comes back down to what we said before. They have the incredible talent. They have that experience. They have that environment. They just need that exposure.
Nope.
And Bailey right now hung up on the top turnbuckle. And Kushida and Gresham. Oh, no. Kushida right now. That black ink coming out of Gresham's mouth. Kushida trying to block the lethal claw. They got Kushida.
The mist. Kushida with mist of his own.
Green mist sends it to Jury and the Great Muda. What a counter. And Kushida with the hoverboard lock. But look at Speedball. Oh, what the hell? Speedball looking for a cure. Ultimate weapon forcing the break. Bailey with the cover on Gresham of the ring. Bailey is number one contender. Speedball Mike Bailey now guaranteed an X Division Championship title shot at Slammiversary. There's no backing out of this from Mustafa Ali.
Match was everything I expected it to be from these competitors.
And again, Speedball Mike Bailey did the right thing according to what Ali was campaigning. No, wait a minute, back inside here on the Secret Service.
I was going to say, what are the Blues Brothers doing here?
It's that damn Secret Service Mustafa Ali that's been literally making sure he holds on to his undefeated campaign, the X Division Championship. It's a mauling right now, a mugging. And Trent Seven neutralized right now. Mustafa Ali comes down to ringside with a chair. And Mustafa Ali realizes the threat, the danger that Speedball Mike Bailey imposes. Oh, no, not this. Come on. Oh, no. Trent Seven coming to the air of his tag partner. And Singh right now all over Trent Seven. We need to get some help out here. Oh, boy. And what the hell is he doing? Oh!
Cracking the legs, and then Ali stepping over into the sharpshooter.
With Ali, a sharpshooter ahead of Montreal.
And still able to be face-to-face with Speedball jaw-jacking him while he's got Trent Seven in the sharpshooter.
Well, but feel my belly is being restrained by the Secret Service and Campaign Singh. Taking 5 men to hold back 1. Yeah, what does that really say about the champion and his confidence? And security
That
finally
he's a diabolical bastard.
This is why, again, you cannot trust anybody in politics.
Yet people want me to trust the system.
And this is what's supposed to make the X Division great again?
Hey, methods be damned. You cannot deny this run that Mustafa Ali has been on since coming to TNA and capturing the X Division title.
And as long as he got that Secret Service and that Campaign Singh in his corner, it doesn't look like there's any chance of it ending.
What is this?
I don't know. Step to Lander.
Okay.
Now you wonder what's going for her mind.
To my perfect creation.
Oh, Jesus. Blah.
I resign myself to the fact that maybe true love wasn't for me.
What the fuck is this shit? Oy vey.
This is so adorable. I'm not even going to lie.
This is too weird for even TNA. The alternative of the business.
She needs to tie up loose ends in Australia. Will PCO wait for her?
You bring a girl back to life and she loses her mind is what I basically learned. Well,
the Hardy Boys will return next week
for the TNA World Tag Team titles, but still to come tonight, our main event, Curse Director of Voice, Tina Morella. It is a wild card tag team match, but coming up next, Digimon Championship on the line, Rhino versus AJ Francis. And again, folks, welcome back to this first ever coverage of Standard TNA. Noah Foster, JJ Williams, as we are on the road to Slammiversary that comes to us next weekend. And again, we are looking very forward to this show.
So I have a question for you, Noah.
What's up?
We know that next week we're going to get more NXT crossover as the No Quarter Catch crew take on the Rascals and a mystery partner who knows the NXT world from the TNA world. Are we going to do another watch along for that?
I mean, you know what? At this point, why not, heck, all the wrestling, right? Let's talk about all the wrestling with Slammiversary coming up.
All right.
We got the 6-way eliminator match, of course. Moose, Nick Nemeth, Joe Hendry, Macklin, Josh Alexander, and Frank Kazarian. The TNA National Champions on the line. Jordan Great Spence by Elegance. Exhibition titles on the line, of course, because Mustafa Ali will now defend it against Feel My Billy. And the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships on the line as Monster Alicia Edwards, the Militia, defend against the former champions Spitfire, Jody Friend, Danny Luna. And to your point, If AJ Francis leaves tonight still teaching me a champion, bleh, he will defend not only that title, but it's also another one heavyweight title against PCO at Slammiversary. Regardless, he's got a date with Perfect Creation 1 next weekend as we look towards the fight bites for this Digital Media Championship match. AJ Francis champion, Rhino challenger. It's a first ever matchup in the land of extreme, the 2300 arena. Francis beat Laredo Kid for the title 35 days ago thanks to an assist by Rich Swann. But Rhino's won 11 major titles with TNA, ECW, WWE, and beyond. So here we go. This freaking War Machine, the fact that he's still going and goring people, to say the least. Good grief. Well, this is right up your alley, JJ.
Original ECW champion.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is right up your alley, JJ. The original ECW champ. Took the words out of my mouth. A former TNA tag team champion with Violent by Design and Heath.
Former NWA champion.
I mean, AJ Francis, there's a whole different reason to boo this man out of the building once he arrives at the Impact Zone. We're in the home of Rhino. 2300 Arena sold out there tonight.
Dude, how long, now that we've got this crossover going, how long before we get Tyler Bate coming back to team with Trent Seven?
Hey, that would make me actually believe that tag team wrestling truly can go to a whole nother echelon. Do it during the freaking UK tour. Next time to go to the UK. I don't want to hear this guy. Someone shut off his mic. Check on yourself, top trash. If I go to Victory Road, this will be the one thing I will regret. Seeing this man, let alone with a championship. Oh, give me a fucking break. That title ain't even worth a box of Cheez-Its, probably.
Damn, I like Cheez-Its.
Sorry, bro. I'm Ritz Bits. This is one time I'm going heel against you.
Can we at least find like a common ground and be like, not worth a box of Triscuits? Those things taste like cardboard.
That I will agree with.
Like that way we can at least keep our own preferences, but we can agree to diss the Triscuits.
All right, fair enough. Oh, here we go. Thank God Rhino shut this man's mouth. And the TNA Digital Media title on the line here. Title first held by Jordan Grace. Longest reigning champion, by the way, was Joe Hendry. Also previously held by Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, and also Crazy Steve the Laredo Kid in this title's history.
Rhino needs to not give AJ Francis an inch. Dude is so smarmy. He knows how to take a mile if you give him an inch.
And of course,
Rhino's setting up for the gore in the corner there.
Yeah,
Rich Swann in.
Wait,
Trouble in Paradise.
Oh, come the fuck on! And that will force disqualification.
Ref hasn't called for it yet.
He did he literally rung the bell, man. The bell rung. The match is thrown out.
I didn't hear the bell. I'm not saying I doubt you. I just didn't hear it.
Well, it was so quiet because, again, this match is causing crickets. Oh, God.
Must have gone to the Aubrey Edwards School of Refereeing.
And first off, that's disrespectful to Aubrey and Dale Spencer. Secondly, this guy is ruining the Digital Media Championship.
What
now, wait a minute! Hold on. Here comes Santino. I don't think Santino's going to deal with this.
This son of a gun.
About to say. That's right, we're Philadelphia! The home of hardcore. Accurate!
They're not son of a guns, they're son of a bitches.
Accurate! What?
It's a Philadelphia street fight, Noah.
Oh, yes! It's a hell of a
But that
move!
means everything's legal.
Hey, I love
That
it!
works into AJ Francis's favor as long as Rich Swann is still there.
But this is Rhino's home. This is Rhino's domain. This is Rhino's world of hardcore. And now anything goes. Throw out the kitchen sink. Throw it through a door. I love it. Great call by Santino Marella. And somehow, though, to your point, though, if Francis is able to retain, he's got an extreme date waiver with Slammiversary PCO defending that title again. And now, oh boy, wait a minute. Oh, the chair in the midsection. Oh, jeez. About to say, I mean, the best thing that can happen tonight, AJ Francis gets a beating from both Rhino and PCO. I'm just waiting for Perfect Creation 1 to come to life.
Someone's got to wake him up inside for that.
And again, now there is no disqualifications here. Rhino with the chair in hand. Hello!
Shades of Sabu just throwing the chair at his face.
I mean, after everything First Class has done to everybody here in TNA, especially PCO most recently, this is long overdue for
Noah?
top trash. Uh-oh.
Rhino's got the table.
And again, talk about the land of hardcore, land of extreme, defined by the Dudleys when it came to that weapon.
And especially in this building, the 2300, the original ECW arena.
Can we light it on fire and put AJ Francis through it?
Rhino's got it set up in the corner, but a low blow from AJ Francis.
Oh, no. And roll up. Schoolboy. Oh, you bitch. AJ Francis wins the Philadelphia street fight. More of a dud than anything I've seen.
Again, Rhino was so focused on setting the chair up, AJ Francis able to take that opportunity, catch Rhino with the low blow, and the schoolboy gets him the 3 count. But that just means that he's got to defend the titles against Perfect Creation 1 at Slammiversary on July 20th.
Yeah, to your point, both those titles will be on the line now at Slammiversary against PCO.
Against one half of the Quebecers in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yeah, 2400 just had a power outage.
He's alive! PCO.
PCO's arrived! Get to the midsection. AJ Francis sent to the outside. Oh, man. High kick by Rich Swann, though, and PCO. What? God, pop-up powerbomb. Oh, wait a minute. PCO. Get it. Oh, crashes to the floor.
Jesus.
AJ Francis avoiding certain disaster.
That could blow his back out at his age. That is not good.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any bones working correctly.
Okay, but there's still cartilage and stuff, Noah. Jesus.
Again, he's not human. AJ Francis now just yelling at him.
Going
no,
up,
no,
coming
no.
down. Choke slam on the
slam on the entrance way. That's still great. Both of AJ's titles, to your point, JJ, will be on the line at Slammiversary. Will PCO break his own body versus AJ's, though, in Montreal next weekend? As we are back here in the Impact Zone, this commercial-free edition again as we watch TNA Impact unfold as an insider on YouTube. We're going to see Tasha Steelz do whatever it takes to get herself back maybe towards Knockout Championship contention. The week of Badass. Knockouts action underway. And former TNA Knockouts World Champion, and of course, former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion, 2 times over with Fire and Flavor. And again, the opportunity to be a part of one of TNA's biggest shows of the year, JJ. We know what both titles have waiting for them. Could Tasha Steelz be waiting on the other side?
It's a good point. But you also got to figure that her opposition here has got to be looking for a title opportunity as well.
Well, again, Tasha Steelz will look for opportunity no matter at whose expense. when you're looking to be the best here. Ooh, I like this match. The quintessential knockout. Deshelle Shaw. This is going to be good. Deshelle Shaw back doing it as a knockout and not a diva after being encouraged by Gail Kim to come back home after her loss to Jordan Grace at No Surrender. And again, many people believe that this competitor is a future Knockouts World Champion. I was lobbying for her to face Jordan Grace at Slammiversary, JJ.
I know you were.
And you got to consider a big win here against former TNA Knockouts World Champion Tasha Steelz would definitely put her in the conversation. Oh! Wait a minute. Tasha Steelz attacking Deshelle Shaw before the bell. I can't say I'm surprised. Oh, God, and driving her back first into the apron. Steelz attacking Deshelle Shaw, creating an advantage for her prior to the match beginning. As her theme says, she will do whatever it takes. And you know that Tasha Steelz refuses to be overlooked. Let's see right now. Paige is going to allow this match to continue. Deshelle Shaw is willing to fight. And Deshelle Shaw right now, who's had no losses since coming back. Great win recently against Laney Luck on Explosion. Bell has rung here, and Tasha again continuing the attack. I don't know how wise it is, though. Again, like, how about the pride of a competitor, though? Preserve yourself for another day. Tasha Steelz, though, lining up Deshelle Shaw and follow through with the PK. Trying to prove a point here. Lyle Press gets a 1 count. Of course, Tasha Steelz still holds herself as being the greatest who beat the greatest. Of course, has a win over Mickie James to win her first Knockouts World title, JJ.
That's still mind-boggling to me.
Again, TNA's non-stop summer continues to unfold. Slammiversary next weekend. Emergence, August 30th from Louisville, Kentucky. And then Victory Road comes to my neck of the woods, Cleveland, Ohio, September 13th. And of course, tickets on sale, mega sale to come July 22nd for those future events. Victory Road, Emergence. Nice rover by Deshelle Shaw. Shoulders down for a 2 count. Follow TNAWrestling.com for more details. Schoolgirl, nice roll up there by Deshelle Shaw, catching Tasha Steelz off guard. Cazadora. Oh, look at this. Counter the crucifix. 2 counts. And kick out. Oh, God. That super kick met its mark. Gets a 2 count for Tasha Steelz. And, of course, we learned earlier today, JJ, TNA is going to be part of the 12th annual WrestleCade event, and they will be presenting Turning Point there from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Friday, November 29th.
Carolina.
Thank you kindly. Steelz right now continuing, just dropping the elbows. Of course, Tasha Steelz coming off a feud with Zaya Brookside, as well as a win over Jody Frett.
So are you going to the Turning Point in Cleveland?
Botch, Victory Road. And
Victory Road, excuse me.
I'm debating. Again, you know me. I'm debating. I'm my own worst conservative enemy. I'm debating. But I'm definitely thinking about it.
Forgive the botch. You did just rattle off a bunch of pay-per-views and premium events that they're going to be doing here in the not-so-distant future. Hard to keep track of them all.
Yeah, I know, right? Somehow I keep track of all the wrestling. And again, I'm thinking about it. I haven't been to TNA Impact since, ironically enough, Slammiversary 2021, main evented by Sami Callihan versus Kenny by God Omega, and I saw the Mera show up. Of course, Thunder Rolls. Take on Deon Purrazzo, but challenged for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, as well as Ultimate X and the arrival of Chelsea Green, the Hot Mess.
Oof.
Oh, shock and awe. Covered by Deshelle Shaw. Kick out at 2.
If you can't do Victory Road, you should at least maybe try to do the tapings the next night. Those tickets might be a little bit cheaper.
I usually tend to try and do both because TNA gives me so much in a 2-day span. Technically, I went 3 days in Nashville. Maybe not the best choice, but it was worth it. especially seeing Kazarian
Hey.
arrive as the elite hunter. Oof!
I think you should do it, bro.
We'll
You
see.
deserve it.
I appreciate that. Looking for the
You
Bulldog.
deserve
Up the rope.
it.
Don't do that. Oh, with the power slam! Michelle Shaw with the cover! Kick out again by Tasha. Michelle Shaw, those fired up here, and has really gotten the match in her favor, JJ, despite Tasha Steele's early onslaught. Looking to set up with a denouement. That knee strike. Tasha scouting it, though. Trying to end this thing quickly. Now looking for that cutter. Tasha Steele is catching her off guard with the midsection, taking down face first. Whoa. Oh, God. Close range with the knee strike. There's the denouement. Lights out for Tasha. That's a win for Michelle Shaw. That was a hard-fought match for the quintessential knockout, JJ.
Short match, but effective nonetheless.
Everyone's jogging for a position at Slammiversary and for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. An uncrowned, many would say, TNA Knockouts World Champion to get one step closer, getting back to that opportunity. Well done, Michelle Shaw. Let me go backstage with Mean Gia Miller. By the way, congratulations on resigning with TNA Wrestling with Zaya Brookside. Ooh.
I like Zaya.
Me too. The girl that flies the highest.
Well, while we have a second here and we have this little backstage promo, why don't we show people all the wrestling that we'll be covering here across the multiverse?
Let's do it.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And again, in case you don't know, we truly are about the multiverse of media. All the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it. And combat sports and other forms of sports. As we get back here in TNA Impact, again, folks, thank you for tuning into this special live watch event. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. As, of course, we're on the road to Slammiversary, and we are now seeing JDC taking on Chris Bay. Happy Thursday, by the way. After working the system's bidding last week, costing Mike Santana an opportunity to be part of the six-way eliminator match at Slammiversary. It does make me wonder if Moose thought that Santana was possibly the biggest threat towards his championship. Meanwhile, JJ, too sweet.
Yes.
Chris Bay and Ace Austin, of course, fought back against each other even to get back towards that momentum. And, of course, the system will defend the tag team championships against the ABC. And, of course, the ABC have been waiting for this long-awaited rematch opportunity since losing to Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. Literally going one-on-one against each other, beating formidable tag teams, including the Rascals, Jake Something, Cody Deaner, as well as Josh Alexander and Eric Young, which really surprises against all odds, JJ, but beating two former TNA World Champions and also former TNA Tag Champions in their own right, that's about as number motivation the ABC needs to think that they could take down the system at Slammiversary.
Bell reigns. Chris Bay coming out hot and heavy here against the former Fandango, Dirty Dango, JDC.
And JDC right now covering up, and the referee, Frank Castol, forcing separation here in the early going. Ace Austin in Chris Bay's corner. And, of course, JDC has marching orders on the system. Weaken anybody that dares to oppose them. And Bay over that top rope with a tope con hello. Former X Division champion, of course. The Inevitable Club, the ABC, looking to make it as easy as 1, 2, 3. For the third time. Up and around, catching JDC. Be able to scout that. Again, we've seen the newfound confidence in Chris Bay and Ace Austin in themselves and as a tag team. Of course, we talk about Dirty Dangle, Fandango, whatever names you want to call him, a guy that beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, believe it or not, folks.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Like, it's crazy to think that this guy defeated Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. And now here he is vying for the affections, if you will, of the system, trying to be a member.
And off the second. Oh, no! And JDC throwing Chris Bay off, pushing him down to the floor.
Almost an honorary Oos type of role for JDC within the system.
Hey, you call him something that could be honorary. There's nothing honorable about this man who once said, man, I hate pro wrestling. In my opinion, he's the biggest flaw to the system. But I will give him
Is there anything honorable about the system as a whole as it is, Noah? I mean, they seem to sniff out their own kind.
Yeah, pretty much. And, of course, they use the numbers game to their advantage every possible way. JDC right now looking to renew his career with an X-Plex release on Bay. Cover up the leg. 2 count. Again, Dango has had a unique road here since being part of TNA. Previously challenging Joe Henry for the Digital Media Championship, and then thought he was going to maybe go after the tag titles with Oleg Prudius. And then we haven't seen this guy for months after his loss to Josh Alexander. And then all of a sudden, he comes back. You fade to the aid of the Nemets and instead screws them and aids Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. Oh, and down goes Chris Bay. Speaking of which, tag team champions Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers. Of course, one half of the Knockouts tag team champions, Alicia Edwards, who, of course, all three will defend their titles next week at Slammiversary. And the ABC will be challenging for those TNA Knockout Tag Team Championships, TNA Tag Team Championships. But before the system goes back after the ABC, they have to defeat the Hardys next week.
And that's not going to be an easy task. Granted, the Hardys are definitely getting up there in years, but they are a legendary tandem for a reason, Noah. Hall of Famers, no doubt.
Fact, I mean, again, wherever they've gone, they were tag team champions. You name it, they've been there. And, of course, most prolifically in WWE, but also former TNA tag team champions as the Broken Hardys. And I wonder if Jeff Hardy came back obsolete to delete the system alongside Broken Matt. Dropping down JDC, Chris Bay trying to build momentum here. That'll be Jeff Hardy's in-ring debut, by the way, since the return to TNA, folks, next week. And Bay jumps in the corner with the uppercut. Oh, man, big kick to the back of the head. Bay is rolling here, literally rolling with, neck breaker. Excellent execution there, rolling through. Again, the art of finesse for a reason. Now looking to go take a risk. And again, the system trying to play distraction. Oh, wait a minute. It's Austin, though. Trying to play interference here, but again, the numbers game 2-on-1, and Bay wants Eddie Edwards out.
Bay continues to allow himself to get distracted by the system. He needs to keep his eyes on JDC.
And again, that great combination offense, though, Ace Austin gained the better. But JDC, though, oh, God! Guillotine leg drop from the top rope. Not like this, the cover. JDC just pinned Chris Bay.
Chris Bay took his eyes off the prize.
And Ace Austin's had enough of this system nonsense. But again, the numbers game here, it's 3-on-2.
I may not like the system, I may not trust the system, but that was all on Chris Bay for not staying focused on his opposition.
Well, again, this is how the system...
He had Ace Austin there. Let Ace Austin worry about the shenanigans outside the ring. Keep yourself laser focused on your competitor. As someone who's performed in the ring, that's got to be your number one.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do how easy it is to be distracted when all you see is red, as again, the system works. And ABC looks to try and neutralize it. But can they do it? Can anybody take down the system? We'll find out at Slammiversary. Coming up next, though, wildcard tag team match main event. As we get a veil package here for the Hardys. You think about their wars with Team 3D, the American Wolves, Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns, the greatest of all time, the greats of the greats the Hardys have faced, and one tag team going against. And of course, Broken Matt Hardy first came back to TNA at Rebellion, sentencing the system to deletion. Matt and Jeff Hardy return next week to TNA. I cannot wait for that.
And of course, you heard us earlier. That is going to be a thing next week.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Do you believe? After crossing the line in NXT, Joe Hendry back here in TNA, main eventing for the third consecutive week. Is a wild card tag team match main event. Are we looking at a future TNA World Champion? Do you believe? Hendry, all business all week, JJ. To my point earlier, this Tuesday, he crossed the line into NXT again and gave an assist to Trick Williams, giving a standing ovation to the chairman, Sean Spears, and winning, making his own impact in WWE. But I wonder, can he follow up on that tonight and capitalize where we're just 1 week away from the biggest opportunity in his career? And of course, folks, you can follow Slammiversary with us on TNA Plus, Trailer TV, and pay-per-view. That's motivation right there. Joe Hendry ready for action here. Oh, boy. The motivation of TNA with the living, breathing heartbeat of TNA. This is going to be good. Josh Alexander, who came back from injury after the war he had with Alex Hammerstone, finds himself back in the world title picture, the longest reigning TNA World Champion who never lost the title, JJ. He had to vacate it due to injury. And what would it mean for Josh Alexander to recapture the title versus Joe Hendry gaining his first title? Oh boy, this is going to be so good. Partners tonight. Opponents next weekend, Saturday. Where mayhem will be unleashed for all. Here comes a former TNA World Champion in his own right, whose first obsession and mission was to beat Josh Alexander for that championship, but it didn't happen. Last year, Steve Maclin won the TNA World Championship, Impact World Championship, whatever you want to call it, against Kushida, vacated at Rebellion, only to lose it to Alex Shelley at Against All Odds. And of course, we know all these men qualified for that eliminatory match. It's Slammiversary, JJ. Maclin beat Sami Callihan, one of the damnedest matches I've seen in a while, surviving Cactus Driver 97s. And of course, Joe Hendry beat Jake Something, while Josh Alexander beat Eric Young. And no wonder you were quiet. I was like, hey, am I speaking to myself? Do you believe?
We'll just let this play throughout the whole match.
So, I mean, as long as I don't get copyright ding.
No, it's a GIF.
Oh, nice.
I made that out of the past
Wave
Tuesday.
your hands. I love it. But I know one person who doesn't believe and doesn't love it. That's the face of the franchise and the system's leader, the TNA World Champion, the face of TNA, Moose.
Your boy A-Train still doesn't believe too, right?
Yeah, this damn hater.
If you guys believe in Joe Hendry, type I believe in the chat.
And of course,
let us know how many of you guys watching actually believe in Joe Hendry.
And of course, Moose right now encapsulating his previous reign as world champion, JJ. If we get to Slammiversary, it'll be 180 plus days. As Moose has survived no surrender against Alex Shelley. He survived broken Matt Hardy under broken rules. He endured Eric Young, who was willing to sacrifice his own life and being brought back to life, of course. And now Moose finds himself in a 6-way eliminator at Slammiversary, tagging alongside one opponent, looking at 2 others.
We got one, Noah.
And let's hear from Joe Hendry. Let's hear from the man himself. No, absolutely not. No.
Be interesting to see if Joe Hendry gets involved in this match between the Rascals and Gallus after Gallus calls him a phony Scott this past Tuesday.
He'll just make a song about them later after he becomes TNA World Champion.
Hey, Joe Hendry has got a lot of history with the Gallus boys. True. It would be cool to see him and Wolfgang on the NXT stage.
Right. Tag him back him.
We believe.
We believe. We believe. They believe. I believe.
It's 252 pounds of pure motivation.
Pure
the
motivation.
Answer to all life's questions. You believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry! Damn right!
Noah, when this year started, did you think I would ever believe in Joe Hendry?
No,
as much as I fought it.
No, honest to God, I did not think so. And I didn't think I would get back.
And here comes the king of TNA.
Oh, God. We
Frankie
did not need to see this
Kazarian.
party crasher. Why is he sticking his nose in business that doesn't involve him?
It does involve him. This is 4 of the 6 men that are going to be in the Slammiversary match. Him and Nick Nemeth are the only 2 people not involved. And Nick Nemeth, of course, we saw last week, was taken out, presumably by Frankie Kazarian, which was revealed at the start of the show. So now Kazarian is out here because he is definitely involved in this business.
He's only here to cause trouble and feed his own ego worse than all ego even pays as he joins commentary.
He's here to sit down and do commentary. There's
Right.
a 3rd headset, a 3rd chair.
Right, he's going
Let's
to sit
give
there.
the devil his due.
He's going to sit there and be an innocent
Noah.
bystander, giving his own
Noah.
analysis. He's not going to get involved at all.
Let's give the devil his due until he inserts himself into the action. Let's be fair and impartial and unbiased and give the king of TNA the respect he deserves.
And the fact of the matter that Kazarian avoided the roulette wheel of random to be involved in this match tonight plays to his advantage. To your point, he is one of the remaining 2 men not involved in this match here that will be involved in that 6-way eliminator. Bell reigns are underway. For those that are wondering, Celebrity Things pencil in to be happening next week after TNA Wrestling. Yet to be official. Day and time to be determined. Stay tuned here for the JMN Multiverse of Media. Simply predicting TNA Slammiversary. It looks like we're going to start things off here with Steve Macklin and Josh Alexander. Of course, when Josh came back last year at Victory Road, he got his win on Steve Macklin in their first and only ever one-on-one encounter. And slip out of the leg. And of course, these 2 men know each other so well. Macklin scouting the former TNA World Champion for a year. The front face lock. Get to the midsection now. Josh Alexander looking for the C4 spike. Ooh.
Macklin able to shift the momentum and get in between the ropes right out of that gate.
Yeah, that
He was
close,
not
though.
going to have that C4 spike this early in the match, Noah.
And of course, Kazarian, though, I do consider, again, yeah, you're right. He's in that match, but he's got bad blood with pretty much everybody here. Again, we saw him trying to negotiate a deal with Moose. We also, of course, saw freaking Josh Alexander beat Macklin and Kazarian alongside Eric Young in a tag team match. And Josh Alexander right now trapping the left arm of Steve Macklin. As again, plus our main event here at TNA Impact. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tab me the Moose. If you are enjoying what you're hearing, seeing, reacting to it, if you want to be a part of the conversation, donate to Dictate, Super Chat, Casting Studios, Jeff Meacham Network, Red Cherry Brand. Super Chat is as simple as that. Like scoop slam by Moose. And of course, again, these two, it was Moose that caught his shot for his first World Championship against Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory 2022. Oh, wait a minute. I believe we want this to happen. Is it going to get the people what they want? Got to get the people what they want. This wild card tag team affair. Joe Hendry Legal with the TNA World Champion Moose. Who's the joke now? And of course, again, Joe Hendry and Moose have one of the defining rivalries of 2023 through Hard to Kill and No Surrender over the Digital Media Championship. I still go back and watch my James Call the .combat match. I missed that. Now
Joe Hendry mounted in the corner with the punches. That was Moose that match was against?
Exactly. Oh,
I completely forgot who Hendry's opponent was. I just will forever remember the spot. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, where he flipped him off with the game console.
Dreamcast, to be fair.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I couldn't remember if it was an OG PlayStation or a Dreamcast. I just remember the top popping up like a middle finger.
It was a Sega Dreamcast.
I did not remember that was against Moose, though.
Whoa! Alexander with the suplex to Macklin. Moose, and Joe Hendry trying to take Moose over with the German suplex. Do you believe? Do you believe? We believe! Come on, Joe Hendry! Take the TNA champion over!
He's got him up, stalling a little bit.
Look at the strength! Joe Hendry holding up Moose in the stalling. Vertical drop suplex position. There's the cover of the leg and a 2 count on the TNA World Champion. Tag made Josh Alexander. And again, JJ, it's the eliminator match. We know these 5 men, along with Nick Nemeth, are going to be involved all at the same time. It's the last person left, covered by Alexander. It's a 1 count. And you do wonder, again, who's going to play that to their advantage? How much are they actually going to be involved? And would any of these men stop somebody else from being eliminated? Thinking there could be an alliance. Up in the fireman's carry now with the elbow strikes the side of the head. And again, face first goes Macklin into the top turnbuckle pad. Of course, Kazarian's turned his back against everybody here, starting with Eric Young. And Moose dropping the top rope out. Oof. And once again, Moose taking advantage when he can. Again, this is how the system works, even without the numbers game. Tag made. Moose is now legal. This is wild card tag team match. Another wild idea from the director of authority, Santino Marella.
That son of a gun.
Yeah, he dealt with
Joe Hendry with his arm extended. He really wants a tag from Josh Alexander.
Well, we need more
motivation.
You
got to wonder, since you brought up that point, Noah, which I forgot, does that allow Joe Hendry to play a little bit of mind games with Moose? He's defeated him in the past. Granted, it wasn't this leveled up, evolved version of Moose that we have now, but Joe Hendry does have a pinfall victory over him.
2, actually.
When a title was on the line.
Yeah, and again, that title match, of course, was when the director of Steve Marella first arrived in Impact Wrestling. The Irish whip now. Macklin taking Josh Alexander down. There's a cover here And a 2 count. I'm just going to put it out there. Again, Kazarian, for a guy that claims himself to be a king of TNA, he still doesn't have a crown. And how loyal can this king actually be to this company when he's willing to do anything to just put himself ahead of TNA against any opponent? We saw what happened against all odds. He blatantly cheated.
Hey, win if you can, lose if you must, always cheat.
And every time Joel Henry's been trying to build motivation for TNA and for wrestling, Kazarian screwed him. Tag.
Well, unfortunately, screw jobs are about as common as wrist locks when it comes to pro wrestling.
Now, all I'm going to say is Kazarian's, the way he's conducted himself in the birth of TNA right now is not becoming of somebody I would call the face of TNA, let alone a king of anything. Josh Alexander getting the boot up, takes Macklin down, and Moose falls up and over to the outside. Looking for the tag, waist lock, standing switch exchange, and Macklin taking up and over.
Well, you know me, Noah. I always try to play devil's advocate. Some of the greatest performers of all time have been diabolical, dirty, heel characters. Look at guys like Ric Flair. Look at what we've seen these last 4+ years with Roman Reigns.
Uh-oh. Well, that was overkill for a year, and I still stand by that as Macklin.
Look at Shawn Michaels.
Cover. Kick out.
You look at Randy Orton. Look at Edge, the ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, here's the difference, though. The world believes in Joe Hendry. Kazarian, the only one that believes in Kazarian is himself.
I believe in Kazarian.
Okay, he's got one.
Jeff Meacham believes in Kazarian.
Personal bias. Back elbow strike.
That has nothing to do with it. We still believe in Kazarian.
Okay. Whoa!
I can't say that has nothing to do with it. That does have everything to do with it. But Okay, but we still believe in him. We also believe in Joe Hendry. We also believe in Nick Nemeth.
Tad and Macklin. Tad and Joe Hendry. And a tap made on both sides here. Joe Hendry right now trying to build up momentum for Slammiversary and for his team tonight, catching Macklin. The strength of Joe Hendry. Catch him coming in for a late toss and kip up.
Honestly, the only people I don't want to win this match at Slammiversary are Moose, Macklin, or Alexander.
And look at the strength of Hendry taking Moose down with the far-away throw and another beautiful kip up.
I'll be happy with either of the other three.
Joe Hendry again. Anything's possible if you believe. That was the words of Joe Hendry after being a jig something.
RKO out of nowhere.
Beautiful cutter. Moose following up though with the pump kick. Rocking Joe Hendry, turning him sideways. Hendry though catching pop power bomb.
Joe Hendry is on fire, Noah.
Do you believe? And Hendry right now, of all the motivation, looking to rock the 2300 arena. Fan shame, we believe. Looking to take Macklin up as a standing ovation. Not quite. Pushed off. Line tag to Alexander. Does leave the clothesline. Macklin. Oh! The psycho knee. Now Alexander in rolling elbow strike. Rocks Macklin. Weight slot. German suplex. Uh-oh. And he's starting to stream it together. This suplex machine might rival Kurt Angle. Godly.
Damn it, Emmanuel. Why does Josh Alexander wear headgear like Michael Cole?
Ugh. Well, again, he's got that surgery repaired, ruptured right ear. For those that don't know, Sir Josh Alexander. So I'll put Emmanuel up there with uneducated fan. Look at this, JJ. What the hell? He's still going. They're going to go double digits. That's a perfect 10. German suplexes.
Joe Hendry outside of the ring. Macklin getting back to his feet. Where's Moose?
Good grief. And up to the fireman's carry. Steamroller. Senton rolling senton now. Macklin in the drop zone. Alexander perched on the second rope. Oh, drops the knee across back of the head and neck cover to win, and Moose saves the matchup.
There's Moose, and here comes Joe Hendry into the ropes from the other side.
Again, we are 1 week away from Saturday till we get to Slammiversary, where all these men and Nick Nemeth and Kazarian will challenge for the TNA World Championship in a 6-way eliminator match. Alexander
Big
right
European
now.
uppercuts from Hendry to Moose. Hendry taken down by that pump kick. Now Alexander and Moose trading blows.
And again, the former longest reigning TNA World Champion that never lost the title, relinquished it, and never got a rematch. Oh, God, what a straight right. What a ripcord headbutt by Moose for receipts. Oh, it takes him down with a clothesline.
Straps are down. The walking weapon is going crazy here, Noah.
And again, Josh
Pointing to Joe Hendry.
And the walking weapon motivating Joe Hendry. What the hell are these two thinking here? Looking up Macklin, standing ovation. Oh, my Kazarian!
Kazarian on the ring ropes.
Yo, I thought it was just a commentary. What the hell are you doing? Oh, no. And moves for Alexander. Spear! Just cut Alexander in half. KIA by Macklin Alexander. The cover by Mr. Mayhem. Macklin moves with the win. As Kazarian again screws Joe Hendry. Innocent bystander my ass. Again, someone's dream, 5 men's dream, is going to be denied. And is Kazarian going to do everything possible to deny Joe Hendry at the biggest career moment of his life? Again, all these men, it is everybody for themselves for the TNA World Championship. Can anyone take down the system? Or are we just going to continue to look at the face of the franchise? At Slammiversary, anything can happen. And for the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams, and Seminole Foster, thank you for tuning in to our coverage of TNA Impact. We'll see you tomorrow night for Prestige Wrestling. Damn it, Kazarian, you freaking idiot! John Jack with the fan 2500 ran with that snapshot. Innocent bystander, right?
Well, up until the point where he got involved, we had to assume, Noah, that he was going to be a good boy.
I don't assume
he
anything
was
that comes
not.
from that man.
Kazarian was a bad boy. He got involved where he didn't need to. I will give you that. See, you hear the words coming out of my mouth. But you've got to... I am a guy who likes to treat people at face value. He came down to the ring. He sat down to do commentary. He's there to observe. Once he actively got involved, that's when you can spew your venom and your hate. And it's rightfully so.
Play, I gotta be unbiased. I call it right down the middle. Anyway, that was fucking fun. That was fun. I love covering TNA. It's so damn exciting. That was fun.
We'll be back here next week with another go-round as we continue this NXT coverage.
Damn it.
Of course, tomorrow, make sure you guys tune in to the Dads Not Always on Wrestling as we discuss the top 10 Disney Channel original TV shows. This is on the heels of the Disney Parks 69th anniversary next week. So Jeff wanted to try to do a Disney theme. And it was like, what do? We've done attractions, we've done songs, we've done movies. So he was like, Disney Channel original shows. All right. So we came up with a joint list, 10 Disney Channel original shows, ranked them. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Again, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. And then that isn't all tomorrow as we have our coverage of Prestige Wrestling's Combat Clash PDX. Coverage will begin at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, with their show going live at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern.
There you go.
Their show is free to watch on YouTube. So you can have one window up actually watching the action, muted, and then have our commentary listening to us as the show goes on. Some great matches in store for us tomorrow there. Let me see here. We've got the Prestige Wrestling Championship on the line as the champion Alan Angels defends against his former Dark Order stablemate Evil Uno. We've got Motor City Machine Gun versus Motor City Machine Gun. Alex Shelley taking on Chris Sabin.
Oh, here we go.
We've got the longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena taking on Masha Slamovich. We've got Roderick Strong and Timothy Thatcher going toe-to-toe. Mike Santana versus Shelton Benjamin.
The gold standard.
Amazing Red versus Blackheart Leo Rush. We've got the Prestige Tag Team titles on the line as Sinner and Saint defend the titles against Midnight Heat, C4, and MXM, formerly the Maximum Male Models.
Yeah.
Drexel versus Danhausen, Amira versus Kylie Ray, and so much more.
Kylie Ray.
Again, free to watch on the Prestige Wrestling YouTube channel. You can find the link in the description for the video on the Casa D18 Studios side. So just click on the link there and you can watch the presentation that they give. And then, like I said, listen to our commentary. Saturday, the Saturday night shenanigans that are open mic night. Who knows what's on the docket?
And that's the only thing for Saturday for once, folks, believe it or not.
I know. I'm sure we'll be talking about the Stephanie Vakir situation. Rumor has come out that Jordan Grace's Impact contract ends in January. I think that'll be something that'll be discussed. And who knows what else may be discussed. Your guys' super chatted topics, of course. And then this is everything that is still on deck just for this month, Noah. And that doesn't even include next week's Impact that's been thrown in there.
All I got to say is let's fucking go. Again, super predicting, folks. Again, there it is. It's official. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the go-home show of TNA Impact that we will be covering here back to back. Buckle up, folks. You're in for a nonstop Thursday night as all the rest continues to unfold. And we are literally covering everything this freaking month. Let's fucking go. I love it.
We got Dynamite 250 next week. We've got a standard NXT. Like you said, simply predicting. We'll be back here next week with another Impact watch along. We got Slammiversary, Blood and Guts the following week, Death Before Dishonor, simply predicting, and of course the call of the show. Walter with UFC coverage, UFC 304, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 11 featuring Shayna Baszler, featuring the Creed brothers.
Featuring
Let's
Josh Woods.
fucking go.
Featuring Josh Woods, featuring Miyu Yamashita, making her Bloodsport debut. Holy hell, Walter and James are in for a hell of a call. I'm jealous.
Yep. Emmanuel says if Lizzie McGuire isn't on the list, Arlene is going to be happy. And then he super chatted Jeff's side saying, make Arlene mad. Have Lizzie McGuire in your top 10. Well, I am not going to reveal if Lizzie McGuire is in our top 10 or not. You'll just have to tune in tomorrow and find out.
Exactly.
Once again, thank you, Noah, for doing this. You always joke and talk about how you're willing to call all the wrestling, but we've really proved that this week. You did the impromptu NXT call on Tuesday with Walter. You'll be doing another one this coming week. We did this impromptu once we knew about Jordan Grace's open challenge, the Charlie Dempsey appearance, like just furthering the NXT coverage. We kind of joked about it last night, but as long as they're doing these NXT crossovers, I'm down to do fucking Impacts and NXTs on a consistent basis, because I am more excited for this than I have been for wrestling in a long time.
Amen to that, brother. I literally said, God damn, I love fucking professional wrestling. I couldn't be more excited as a freaking fan.
Apparently Arlene got mad at him for trying to get Lizzie McGuire in the list. Hey, if Arlene doesn't want it to be in the top 10, maybe she needs to make sure that she super chats. Keep it off our top 10.
Again, super chat if you want to take to the conversation. Super chat, simple as that. But we can't get to tomorrow until we get for the night. So I figure with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up and tell everybody goodbye and good night.
Yes, sir. Again, thank you to everybody that's watched on all platforms for this special presentation. Make sure, again, you tune in tomorrow, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 Eastern for the dads. And then again, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern for Prestige Wrestling's Combat Clash PDX show. For the Simple Man, I am the Renegade, and we will see you guys next time.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Have a good night, folks.